I think for me individually as a physician, the great excitement that I have around coaching is that for so many years I struggled first as a family physician, then as an emergency room physician with this perception, not just by me or by the patient, but by the system, that they were broken and it was my job to fix them. And the utter and complete exhaustion and frustration that came every time I failed to fix someone, which if it was anything other than that golden hour after a major trauma, was usually the case, because you can't be changed by someone else. And so much of what people needed to have a healing experience in really came from within. For me, a coaching perspective has given me great freedom as a physician to step back and say, this is not about me having power telling you what to do. This is about me supporting you and you discovering your own power and your own voice and you making choice. And yes, I can give you some content expertise, but really this is all up to you. And it really is a different way of being, and it's really nice to be able to be really out there verbally, honestly, and say it. I had one client that came to me for a holistic consultation who said, I'm on 3 different blood pressure medications. I don't want to take any more pills. I don't want to take a higher dose of the medicine. I want to try something else. What can you offer? And in taking and doing an assessment and finding out a little bit about who he was and how he lived his life, I discovered that in the course of the 14-hour days that he worked every day, he drank somewhere between 6 and 8 pots of coffee a day. Not cups, pots. And I asked him if anyone had discussed with him his caffeine intake. And he was like, well, they told me it's not a good idea, but I'm not going to change that. So what else do you want to do? And I politely explained to him that the way as a holistic physician, let alone as a coach, that I worked with him, and that this was about him taking responsibility for his own life and his own choices, and that I was not willing to do something else that would simply enable him to continue making a bad decision, and that he'd have to find someone else to work with. And that was one of the most freeing experiences I ever had as a holistic physician. And it is a great gift to the individual person, even though initially they may resist it or resent it or not be happy with it. I just want a quick drive-through, give me something quick, fix it. In the long run, as people age into their 40s and 50s and beyond, most individuals get smarter and realize that that's not what it's about, and I don't want the quick fix, but I want something that can actually make me be happier and feel better in my life. And so when I have physicians that say to me, I don't want to learn to do this stuff, or I don't want to refer to somebody else that does it because people won't take responsibility, I will argue back with them at this point in time that I think that when people realize that they have the ability of taking that with responsibility, that people often will step into that.